Ladies and gentlemen, we are debuting a new brand situation. So
New
we are
brand.
taking what we've done in the past. We know how we always do our weekly recaps with our pick'ems and have our NFL coverage. Well, we want to make it a little bit easier for the fans to view the podcast. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be separating the NFL coverage portion of the podcast, and we're going to be moving it over to a show called Coast Knows Ball, and that is going to be the show that is specific to NFL coverage. Everything sports related, and then we'll also have another upload or we'll just have the regular Coast to Coast podcast for all of our weekly fun. So, joined with me are my two wonderful hosts.
Coastal Knows Ball.
It's a little bit close to Coast Snowballs.
Anthony and Broofy.
Yeah.
How are we doing, man?
Well, you know,
Doing good, man. Doing good.
the name might be a work in progress. Of course, I'm sure our lovely, massive, gigantic audience will let us know what they think about it and give their opinion. But yeah, let us know if we're morons.
If you have ChatGPT Pro, we're out of uses. So if you could use it to help us come up with some names.
Yeah. Ever since we swore off Mecha Hitler on the X platform over the past few weeks, we've been searching for a better chatbot. So help us out.
We appreciate it. Life without Grok has been rough.
Oh man, you either
I
die.
still can't believe
You either
this guy
die a
said
hero,
Coastal Knows Ball.
or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain, and that's what Grok did, guys.
Fucking hell, bro.
Dude, there was no way that I was going to say the two names that you guys gave me. As soon as you said pick one and just figure it out, I knew I had liberty to do whatever I wanted.
No, you know what? We love it. This is like the greatest intro we've ever shot, so
I don't know
bravo
about
to you.
that.
You know, round of applause. Bravo, bravo, bravo.
Yeah, you know what?
Thank
Yeah,
you,
sure.
thank you.
Fuck
I mean,
yeah.
it's
Fuck
between
yeah.
this or the one that I pretended to be an alien and floated down in a UFO. One of them. But maybe we'll do when we do our Coast to Coast Awards show at the end of the year, we'll get the best intros.
Yeah.
Put them all up on a
Dude.
ballot.
We need to have, on our Coast to Coast Award show, we need to introduce a best podcast of the year and only nominate Coast to Coast
Yeah.
and Coast Knows Ball.
Now there's a contender, exactly. We just need we need a lineup of 5 shows that we do between the
We
three
have
of
a
us.
Newcomer of the Year award and we give it out to Coast Knows Ball.
Exactly.
And we all have different characters for each show. Like for one character, Jacob has his hat facing forward, and maybe his mustache is a little different.
Yeah, I just shaved my face.
Yeah.
For our disappointment of the year, we're gonna do the movie or Act 4.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh, you know what? In fairness, it was like an aborted fetus. It never birth was
Yeah.
never given.
Dude, Act 4 to the movie talk podcast genre on YouTube is the equivalent of Concord to the video game industry.
Yes, it really is. It really is. Look, it was so highly anticipated. We have fans clamoring up and down the street all day, every day.
Oh yeah.
Where's Act 4, guys? Please give us Act 4. Please.
It's just we're just too busy with the coastal productions right now and Liminal Mind productions, and we have so much on our plate. We don't have time to make for Act 4, unfortunately.
Yeah, exactly. Because we're so successful with everything else.
Yeah. We weren't expecting this much support on Act 4, so we are disappointed to let so many fans down. But unfortunately, it's just what we got to do for our own mental health.
Yeah, without a doubt, without a doubt. But anyway, that's enough making us ourselves feel bad for no reason, because nobody cares about
Yeah.
that. The viewers aren't here for that. The viewers are here for riveting, factual NFL content, at least for the time being. NFL
Coastal
content.
ball.
Coast knows ball, and I believe we all three of us know way more ball than most other people on the planet. So, yeah,
Dude,
let's hear
For
it.
the first discussion of the day, I proposed another 3-man trade in Dynasty, guys. I
How
want
did
to
that
hear
go?
your thoughts on it.
Okay.
Gee golly willikers! I can't wait to see this.
So it's involving two people, which just so happen to be my least favorite people.
Oh wow. Simple as that. Okay.
So this is what sorry, let me pull it up here real quick, and then I'll share my. Should I share my screen?
You don't have
We'll do
to.
that. Cool. That's not what I meant to do, but you know what? We'll just improvise. So
Okay.
if you go here, it's going to be the two people who wanted to
Wait,
cause
zoom in a bit?
problems in the chat. But oh wait, no, that's not it. Sorry, it's this one here. So essentially,
Oh my god.
there was a situation in this fantasy league where I said a choice word that's really not that big of a deal. The angered T Schwartz. And now T Schwartz will not do any trades with me at all. And so I sent this trade where I get Malik Neighbors, it's pretty cool. I don't give up a first round pick. I just trade T. Higgins, Travis Etienne, Troy Franklin in 2 seconds. I get Neighbors. I think that's pretty fair. I'm giving up 3 guys, 2 of which are promising but risky, and then one of them is going to just consistently have good production, and then 2 second round picks. And then this person is only giving up Brees Hall, and he gets Franklin, Etienne, and a second round pick. Would you have accepted this trade? Would either of you have accepted this trade from this side?
ETN, Troy Franklin, and a second. Is that a 2026
Giving
second?
up Brees Hall?
Is it 2027 second for Brees Hall?
Probably not.
Probably not, just
mean,
because I
it's-
don't know if Etienne is the running back one. That's the only reason.
It's probably close, but yeah, like there's a little too much uncertainty there. There's uncertainty with Brees Hall too as well, like 100%. And
Yeah, also that.
I'm the person that would be spouting that stuff, but yeah, probably just a little bit low on the value.
Yeah.
Okay. And then this one, you give up Neighbors, you get T. Higgins, Brees Hall in a second.
Yeah,
What is that one?
that's pretty gnarly.
Yeah, Higgins, Hall in a second for Neighbors.
That's a big win.
Yeah, I'm probably doing it.
I'm absolutely doing that.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
You absolutely would, you said?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
What do you guys, but you guys still think this is like fine value?
I'm snap taking if I'm the other guy.
No, I think you lose 100%.
You lose Neighbors for T. Higgins, ETN, Franklin, and 2 picks.
I don't think it's.
I get Neighbors for this.
I don't think.
Oh
that's-
yeah, you lose.
I don't think that's.
No,
equal.
you lose for sure. No, you lose for sure. Yeah. If I'm the other guy, I snap take. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I instantly accept that trade.
Yeah.
Like, not even funny. I instantly accept it.
And just to be
Well, never
clear,
mind then.
quick disclaimer: the choice word was not a racial slur. Let's get that out of the way real quick.
Yeah, no, it wasn't
Before
even
people
a
assume
slur.
it, yeah.
It was just a bad word
Yeah.
that I said on the show multiple times. I said retard. Like, it's not that big of a deal.
I mean, someone could call it a slur, but it's not a racial slur. There are degrees.
It's not intended to be a slur.
There are degrees.
The point of the word
Yes.
is not for it to be that.
Yeah. Well,
But
that's a shame.
anyways, yeah. Did I tell you? So the league commissioner reprimanded me in private messages.
Saying what? I mean, what exactly? Like,
He said that his 5-year-olds don't act as immature as I do, which, like, yeah, that's probably true, but this is not the circumstance to bring that up in.
right? I feel like with us having the full context, everything you sent every receipt. That's a little crazy to take the side of the two people who threatened to leave the server, leave the league because because you declined his trade initially. That's ultimately what sprouted of it. He sent a trade,
Yeah,
you
dude, they
declined
got
it.
salty
You
because I
said
declined the trade.
you just weren't interested in it. You even said that the value was fine. You just weren't interested, and they got upset about
Yeah,
it. Like that's what started the whole thing. That's crazy.
it's so funny to me. And then I would talk to a bunch of other people. I talked to basically everybody else who's in the league, and everybody else who's in the league is like, yeah, I don't know what their problem was. Everybody else is on my side, and so that made me feel a lot better because I was bugging. I was like, there's no way that you actually think this is my fault.
Hmm.
And that's what I was telling him. Like during the argument, I was like, I cannot comprehend how you don't understand that you provoked this.
Right, right.
Like,
Yeah.
but anywho, we have week 1 of the NFL season upon us. How excited are you two? Because I know for damn sure that I am not excited about this NFL season.
I'm fucking pumped, man. I can't wait.
You know,
Been far too long.
I am a lot more pumped for this season than I was for last season. I don't know why, but the vibe just feels different. I think it's
I'll be
nice
right
to
back.
not have to be like premier championship contenders for 1 year and still maybe getting
Okay.
to that point, but you don't have that on your shoulders
The
to open
pressure.
up the
Yeah, that
season.
pressure.
And a lot of
Yeah.
people, a lot of people are like, they should be good, but not like, Super Bowl caliber, like I said.
Right.
And so that's nice. I don't know. I also just am excited for the rest of the league too. I think this is priming up to be a really, really exciting season of football.
I think so. I think so.
Maybe in large part because the AFC feels a lot more wide open than in previous years, where the Chiefs have kind of just dominated and been the de facto AFC representative in the Super Bowl. That could still very well
Right.
happen again, but I don't know. I just the vibe is a little bit different this season.
I think I agree. I think I agree with you. I think it is. Uh, I think it's very balanced, and the Eagles obviously did just win the Super Bowl, but it doesn't feel like it's a lock. They're just gonna go to the Super Bowl again. I think there's a lot of good teams on either side, so I'm not just
I
excited just for the Dolphins. I'm excited for the whole league, really.
I know I've picked a different division winner in the AFC West than the Chiefs for the last 2 years, but for the first time, I actually like genuinely feel like the best team in the AFC West is not the Chiefs anymore. I do think it is the Chargers, and I do think they are going to win the division this year.
That's asinine.
I was gonna say that's fair, but I disagree. So we have two varying levels of disagreeing with you on that take.
No, it's just asinine.
It's definitely not asinine. They have a better roster. Like you cannot deny that. Their roster is better than the Chiefs.
Yeah, probably.
Oh my
At
god.
least in a lot of
If
areas. I always struggle with Herbert, not because he's untalented. He's incredibly talented, and he showcases that most weeks. But there are just some weeks where he is awful, especially in the second half, where you like really need to just dial in. And his just lack of clutch ability. I mean, in several like big time games throughout his entire career so far, albeit short and young career, but like he's had opportunities and he just hasn't been able to capitalize, and that's really concerning for me.
I just think the Chargers are going to be playing with a lead a majority of the time.
And that might be the
I
case,
can
yeah.
see th- I can see this Chargers being similar to like a 2019 Titans.
Oh, sure. I think that's a fair comparison for the most part. Dominating rushing attack, probably, and a really solid
Mhm.
defense that's like kind of under the radar and was under the radar last season. They were surprisingly good given the actual talent on the roster last season on defense.
Yeah, with a veteran edge rusher, veteran safety on your team, like I think that it lines up pretty well. But I don't know. Everyone's gonna pick the Chiefs. I get it.
I'm picking the Chiefs.
So, do we want to reiterate our quick playoff predictions before we get to week one? Because mine have changed since the episodes that we did dedicated to
I'm
each
down.
conference about a month ago.
Because
They
of Micah Parsons.
No, actually, I did not give the Packers a single extra win for Micah Parsons. I don't think that moves the needle
Interesting.
with this current roster, and I could be totally wrong on that, and I'd be perfectly fine accepting that. And maybe the games that I chose for them to win are different because of that, but I still have the exact same concerns and the exact same setbacks as to why I didn't give them more wins in the first place. So currently, as it stands, my Super Bowl pick, my Super Bowl prediction is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers losing to the Buffalo Bills. I
I
think
love that matchup. That matchup would be so
I
awesome.
think it's a lot of fun, and I think that again, like it's kind of silly to just say it every year and expect a different result, but it just feels like it's the year for somebody else in the AFC, whether it be Josh Allen, whether it be Lamar Jackson, whether it be Justin Herbert,
Joe
even whether it
Burrow.
be Joe Burrow. Somebody's going to get over the hump, I think, this season over the Chiefs, and whatever round that exists in, probably the AFC Championship. But yeah, I've got the Bills right now. I'm just
What
the
if it's
highest
the
on their quarterback.
Patriots?
Well, funny that you mention. Wait. Oh, this is my old one. Fuck.
You guys don't like me, like the two of you.
You
Why do you
can't
say
guys
that?
don't
deny
like
that the
me.
Patriots are primed for a breakout season.
I'm over here hearing Bills winning the Super Bowl, and then the other guy talking about Patriots could win the Super Bowl.
Oh,
I'm here
shoot.
I'm sitting here listening to all of this. I'm just like, you guys don't like me.
Hey man, there's more documented history to support that my take of the Patriots winning the Super Bowl is going to be correct more so than your guys' take of the Chiefs winning their division.
Oh no.
How's that?
Patriots, what? Like more? Do you not get what I'm saying?
It's just another organization. I mean, it's just a whole nother
It's
team.
okay. Look,
Everything.
I clearly don't actually mean that that is accurate. I'm just saying, like, as a smart ass point, the Patriots have more history of success than the Chiefs.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
Exactly. So you were
I
supposed to
guess.
take it serious.
I guess.
I don't know, man. The
Oh,
Chiefs
yeah.
the Chiefs won a Super Bowl as early as 1970 and they won a Super Bowl as late as 2023. The Patriots, they won a Super Bowl as early as 2001, 2002, and they won a Super Bowl as late as 2018. I don't know. It just seems like there's a longer history of success with the Chiefs.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Not like
I
there's
agree.
not like there's 60 years in between the Chiefs Super Bowl wins or anything.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
indisputable evidence, like the way you framed it. I just like. I mean, it's sound. I can't argue. You know.
Yeah. This is why
It's an
context
L
is
I have
very
to
important in
Yeah.
everything. But yeah, so I don't know what happened. I had redone my entire predictions, and I guess I didn't save them. They're just completely gone. But I do have my playoff teams at the very least, or I remember the seeding. It was I've got the Chiefs winning the West and the Chargers as a wild card. Then I've got the Texans winning the South and the Jaguars as a wild card. I've got the Ravens winning the North, and then I've got the Bills winning the East and the Patriots sneaking in as a wild card. The Bengals just missing at the 8th seed. And then for the NFC side, I have the Eagles winning the NFC East naturally. I have the Commanders sneaking in at the 7th seed for the wild card. And then I had the Vikings winning the North and the Bears crawling into the 6th seed, I believe it was, in the wild card. And then the 49ers winning the West as the only representative. I think the Rams could be disappointing, especially early in the year. And then the Buccaneers winning the South and the Panthers sneaking into the playoffs as well as a wild card.
Well, we have quite similar predictions. Can I say mine real quick?
Yeah.
So for the AFC side, in the AFC East, I have Buffalo and Miami. For the South, I have just the Texans. So I guess I just swapped the Jaguars with the Dolphins, and I don't have the Patriots. And for the West, I have Chiefs and Broncos, and that leaves me with the Ravens. And I had the Steelers, Ravens and Steelers.
Oh, okay.
Those were my 7 for the AFC. And for the NFC, I had Eagles, Commanders, Buccaneers and Panthers as well.
Nice.
Just the 49ers, and Lions and Bears. That's what I had.
Nice. Yeah, Lions just missed
All
for me
right.
as well.
For the AFC, I had the 1 seed as the Bills, the 2 seed as the Ravens, the 3 seed as the Chargers, and the 4 seed as the Texans. The 5 seed was the Bengals, 6 seed is the Chiefs, and the 7 seed is the Patriots.
Okay.
And then on the NFC side, it was Eagles 1 seed, Niners 2 seed, the Buccaneers 3 seed, and I had the Vikings as the 4 seed with the Rams as the 5 seed, the Panthers as the 6 seed, and the Lions as the 7 seed.
Wow, so all three of us have the Panthers now. That's exciting. I think
They're definitely better than the Falcons. I think people are heavily overrating Atlanta going into this year.
well, it's the coaching dilemma, right? I mean, one coach I believe in, even though he hasn't shown much, but the turnaround for Bryce Young mid-season last season is enough for me to be like, yeah, I'm in on Dave Canales. He's great. But whereas with Atlanta, like we saw 2 games of Michael Penix, and he looked good in those 2 games, albeit they lost one or whatever. But the coaching, I couldn't believe how awful they were in situational coaching last season, and it was to the point by the end where they still had a good shot at the playoffs. You have to remember the Buccaneers started really slow, like they were projected to miss for like through the first half to 2/3 of the season, and then they had a late season surge toward the postseason, probably when they got their guys healthy again and whatnot. Like Mike Evans missed time, right? So,
Right.
but the Falcons completely collapsed. They had that lead and they just lost it. So I credit a lot of that to coaching. Naturally, it's not all coaching, right? Kirk Cousins collapsed as well toward the end of the year. That's why they had to bring Penix in anyway. But yeah, I'm not seeing it yet. They could, be surprising, I suppose, especially on defense because of how young they are. They have a lot of studs, potential studs, right? But
Plus,
yeah,
the jury is still out on Michael Penix. Like, we don't know if he's actually good. Nobody
exactly.
knows that, but people have treated it like it's a foregone conclusion. Like, nobody is talking about Penix like he's a rookie this year, but he basically is.
Right.
And nobody's acting like that. Everyone is acting like he's taking the reins. Everyone is treating this like it's a Mahomes experiment, and it is not Mahomes. Like, he is not a for sure thing.
Right.
Like,
And I will say, I think Penix will be pretty good this year. But in large part, it's because he has a solid offense around him. The Falcons have consistently had a top 10 offensive line for the last 5 years. They have a really excellent running game. Bijan Robinson and then Algier, who's also not a scrub by any means, right behind him.
No.
And their receiving core, when healthy, is really strong too. Drake London has really, especially last season, he really showed why he's a number 1 receiver, why he should have been taken top 10 in the draft. Darnell Mooney, when healthy, is a really under the radar, nice player. And Ray McLeod, I like because he's a former Niner, but he can be electric sometimes. And who knows with Kyle Pitts? There's talent there, but it's
but it's
shown.
enough to work with. It's more than enough to work with,
exactly.
right?
Yeah,
It's more than enough.
More than enough. My big hang up is with the coaching, and I think inexperience will probably get to them at some point. I think a lot of the better teams on their schedule will always be beating them. They might beat down on the bad teams, but they're not beating the good teams.
I don't see them beating the Bucks once this year. I think they're going to take advantage of the Saints, obviously. I think they get swept by the Panthers, honestly. I think the Panthers match up really well against the Falcons.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
But
the other one I wanted to talk about
real quick. I can see that team only having 6 wins. Huh?
Yeah, I think 6 is probably their floor, and their ceiling is probably 10. The other team that I wanted to briefly talk about before we move to our just week 1 traditional pick'ems is the New England Patriots, because 2 of us, Jacob and I, have the Patriots sneaking into the playoffs with a wild card spot. Vitor, I'm sorry, your Dolphins went 8-9, I believe, in my prediction. So just happens. But the Patriots, if you remember when we did the AFC video, I was not as quick to put them into the conversation. Jacob, you've been consistent with the Patriots, right? I was like, I don't really see it yet, but not because of anything that's happened in the last month, but just as I think about it more and more, I think about how winnable almost every game of their schedule really is. And I think about Mike Vrabel, who maybe is not the perfect head coach or anything, but his team always seems to play better than they actually should be playing. Just cue any of those Titans teams in the late 2010s, early 2020s. And then, man, that defense is going to be really freaking good. I really think so. It could be a top 5 unit in the NFL. So all
And if
those,
Drake May takes any steps forward progression wise, they have the potential to have a top 5
yeah,
offense.
and they very quietly overhauled their skill positions. Travion Henderson seems like he's could be a really electric back. He's got Ramondre Stevenson right behind him, who's been reliable over the last few years. And the
Antonio Gibson's a good home run hitter.
yeah, and the receiving core, again, in one offseason, very quietly, has been vastly improved. It was arguably the worst last season overall, but you add Kyle Williams in the draft. You already have Demario Douglas, who's probably going to be your 3 now. Kayshawn Booty has had some nice tape at camp and stuff, so he's kind of
Stephon
ascended.
Diggs.
And then that's the big one, right? They add Stephon Diggs, and nobody's talking about it. He might have a slow start because of the ACL last season, but that's a talented, bona fide route running receiver. Like that is going to be one of Drake May's security blankets throughout the season.
Absolutely.
Yep, absolutely.
And they have a good tight end too. Hunter Henry's not a slouch. He's a quiet, really good tight end, and he
Yep.
has been for the last 5 years.
Yeah, the 2 quietly great tight ends have been Hunter Henry and Cade Otton, in my opinion.
Yeah. Kadon has definitely been an under the radar guy. But
All right.
sorry, Broofy. You're getting passed up. It's just the
okay.
Dolphins are just staying stale. They aren't innovating. They're not changing enough.
Okay, that I just completely disagree with now.
Well,
What?
Like that.
they might be changing, but I feel like it's a bunch of lateral movements. That's my problem. The offensive line should be significantly improved, and that should help a lot. But I'm not sold on Tyreek Hill. It seems like there's bad chemistry. Who knows how much that's actually going to affect the quality of play on offense? But you know me, guys. I don't like Tyreek Hill,
Right.
so I'm kind of hoping that he just
Right.
sucks. In all honesty,
And like
because he's
you
an
add
awful
Kenneth
person.
Grant, and like Kenneth Grant's going to be good, but you also lost Christian Wilkins, so it's not like you got better on D line.
The D line was just fine last year. Zach Sealer got better after Wilkins left.
Weren't you bottom 5 in
Kenneth
pressure
Grant,
rate?
Jordan Phillips. Absolutely not. No, front 7 was disgusting last year. I don't know where you saw that.
Maybe it was during a stretch of last season you were bottom 5 in
Maybe it
pressure
was a
rate.
stretch or something, but the best aspect of this team is definitely the front 7. No doubt about it.
Yeah, your secondary's not exactly it.
Well, I mean, we added Russell Douglas, Minka, Ashton Davis is gonna start the year. Minka is back, and we're starting the year with Ashton Davis, who looked like he wasn't gonna play. So that was quite nice.
I don't know. They don't feel different. They don't feel changed.
I mean, I guess that's what they're gonna have to show us, but I definitely think the trenches are improved. I don't think there's anything wrong with the roster. I think it's up to the coaching. Honestly.
Similar to the Saints, it feels like same old Dolphins. We got same old Saints. We got same old Dolphins.
Listen, it might just be. All I'm saying is, I definitely think the rosters, other than tight end and corner, I don't see a lot of weakness.
I mean, I don't think your safeties aren't like great.
I always read people saying Minka was a top 5 safety, and then he goes to the Dolphins and then it's not even top 20. That's what I'm reading.
No,
In fairness,
when people were saying Minka was a top 5 safety, they were fucking glazing like a motherfucker. They were horribly overrating him.
and you do have to remember that's what happens on the Steelers. That's always what happens on the Steelers. A player goes
Why
to
do
the
you think
Steelers.
TJ
and
Watt
they're-
is so depressed that he's not the defensive player of the year every single year?
I definitely don't think TJ is the best edge rusher, so obviously.
Oh, no.
And obviously,
Did you see how bad he was
honestly-
last season? He was bad last
Last season
season.
was horrible.
what pisses me off more about that is not TJ, it's JJ. Crying about it on Twitter. Like, Myles Garrett fucking deserves it. Like, what else is there to say? Like, he just gets more double rate pressure than fucking TJ. It is what it is.
Yep.
It's also just a bad look to win an award 3 years in a row and bitch about it going to someone else.
I think it's ridiculous.
Or if it wasn't 3 years in a row, but he won it 3 times already.
Yeah.
And to complain about someone else winning it. Like,
I thought it was only twice.
why? No, he definitely has 3 DPOYs.
DPOY awards last decade. Let's see. No, not NBA. We're talking about football, Google.
Come on! American sports.
TJ Watt. No, TJ Watt's only won once.
There's no way he only has 1.
That's what Football Reference says. JJ's won 3 times. It's Pat Surtain last year, 2023 Myles Garrett, 2022 Nick Bosa, 2021 TJ Watt, 2020 Aaron Donald.
Okay, sorry, he was a finalist 4 times, but that was before last year. He was 3 times. How on earth was he a finalist last year?
He shouldn't have.
Because football writers are dumb. And Coast knows ball. We should be the ones in charge of these awards.
Coast knows ball. Coast knows ball.
True.
Yes, 100%.
Dude,
So-
I found this website. It is awesome. It's called dynastydaddy.com, dude. It is the best football like daily game you can play.
Okay. Ads, or is that what we're doing? You're sponsored?
It's
Yeah,
just good.
So what? Okay, so you have to guess the. Oh, I've played this type of game before. I was feeling nostalgic, so I went back and watched the short that you made of it, and and you know,
It's bad.
it's a crazy poll. It's a crazy poll. I think that Kevin Durant was a crazier poll in that in that video, though.
Oh, I think the Kevin Durant poll was way crazier because it's like, one, it's basketball, but also it's like you guys Kevin Durant off of Texas and OKC.
Yeah, no, it was just Texas. That's
Oh,
all
it
I
was
had.
just
It was
Texas?
just, and it was literally like you're like this basketball player started his college career at, or played it for his college career at Texas University, and I'm like Kevin Durant immediately. It was wild, man.
What a goat pick.
Can you screen share, Anthony, please?
I
Or if
can.
you're gonna show some.
I was gonna. Well, it's gonna have my picks on there now too. So I hope you guys don't
Guys-
copy off of me.
This
No
is some of
problem.
the most
have my
addictive
picks.
shit you'll ever put on your tongue. Dr. Pepper Cherry.
I keep being told that. I keep being told.
Dr. Pepper Cherry is so bomb.
You know, I talked to you about, or I asked both of you guys actually about the Baja Midnight flavor, and I got a chance to try it a couple times actually.
How did that
now.
go?
It is
B+,
It is
right?
pretty good. Yeah, it's not as good as standard Baja Blast, but it's got.
It's better
it actually
than
has.
regular Mountain Dew, though.
It actually has a distinct. It has a distinct flavor, though. You know, it's not like one of those stupid, like fucking. Oh, it's the exact same thing, but they changed the color. You know, it
the
actually
color.
is
Yeah.
a different formula. So yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah, it's probably good B plus A minus. I would say. A nice drink, definitely better. I don't like traditional Mountain Dew. I really only like Baja Blast. So I'm happy to see another.
Oh, you can't
flavor.
say that. Code Red is so good.
I
dude.
haven't had that in such a
Put
long
some-
time.
Put some respect on Code Red. I would say that Code Red is the second best. It goes Baja, then Code Red, and then probably this Midnight one. This Midnight Baja is probably the third best Mountain Dew for me. I mean, a lot of the other Mountain Dews are honestly just so sugar intensive that I just can't enjoy them.
Yeah, that's my big complaint with most of them too. But so technically the first game is tomorrow, Thursday. So we'll start with that, then we'll move to Friday, and then so on. It doesn't matter the order after that really. But tomorrow night, Thursday Night Football on Amazon Prime, we've got the Philadelphia Eagles at home against the Dallas Cowboys. I think the Eagles are probably going to thump them. I don't know if it's going to be too big of a thumping, but they should win by at least 2 scores. I've got the Eagles.
Wait, guys, actually, I want to introduce a fun rule for the remainder of the season.
Okay.
And this is documented on Coast to Coast, so we got to follow it. This is a proposed rule for our survival league. I think that we should not be able to pick the same team every week in our survival league, and it's first person to announce your survival pick during the week, you can pick that team. But like you have to announce it during the pick show.
So between the 3 of us,
Yeah.
okay.
So like when we get to that game, you're gonna be like, okay, this is my pick for the week for my survivor.
I guess I'm willing to do that. It will make it really brutal when it doesn't go to plan for you, but we could do that, I guess.
Yeah.
I
on the
think
fly.
it'll add a little bit more fun to it. Maybe
Yeah.
a little more.
Okay, we'll do that. But yeah, so
Okay.
Eagles by at least 10, I think.
I got the Eagles as
Yeah.
well. Not much. No reason for me to pick the Cowboys. Not saying that they can win, but just no reason to pick them.
Oh, they can't win.
Right.
Impossible. They're going
Okay, cool.
0-17. All right.
This is definitely one of the locks of the week. Like if you have a parlay, put this money line on your picks because it's gonna hit.
Then on Friday, we've got the Super Bowl losers in Brazil against the LA Chargers. Now, I do have a bone to pick real quick with regard to this game and with regard to pretty much any division opponent games that are being played overseas. That is fucked up. Okay? You want to talk about league rigging? This is a blatant example that you could point to league rigging. How is
not having a home game against a division rival?
But not just that, but it's the Chiefs visiting the Chargers. The Chargers are stripped of a home game against their number one division rival. This is supposed to be the two teams clashing with each other for the division all year, according to every expert under the sun, unless you're a Broncos fan or something. Why do the Chargers get screwed out of a home game against their biggest opponent? That is ridiculous. That's crazy. This should not be this game. It should not. All postseason or all regular season division games should be on the intended home turf. This is a bullshit game, and that might be the reason that the Chiefs end up winning. I still have the Chargers by a field goal because fuck that.
International games should be saved for interleague games.
Yes,
the
ones that have the least impact on the schedule.
Yeah, they should be reserved for the games where it's like two heavy hitters. Like when you have your Chiefs go against your Niners, those should be your international games, not the ones where you're taking. Because what you're essentially doing is you're saying, hey, Chargers fans, we know there's not a lot of you, but the ones that are out there, fuck you. Because you don't get to watch your biggest divisional rival matchup at home this year. You don't get to watch that this year.
Yeah.
Because you're not gonna fly to Brazil to watch a game when you're in LA. Like that's just not gonna. Like if you are, you're the 1 percentile. So like, this is just a big fuck you to fans. I hate this for the NFL, and it's a bad product choice.
And it's not a home game for the Chargers. Like they're traveling almost equal distance, probably Kansas City and Los Angeles. You know what I mean?
Actually, they're probably traveling more distance.
They might be.
I feel like Brazil would be more.
Yeah, probably
underneath KC.
And it's just really fucked up for the Chiefs, the team that everybody has talked about and that the NFL knows that they've talked about getting unfair advantage consistently throughout every season for the last 5 years, to then give them a neutral field and a home field game against the Los Angeles Chargers. Like, that's ridiculous. I'm sorry. I know this making a schedule is hard, but you don't have to be doing shit like this. It's crazy. Crazy.
Right. And international promotion is fine when it doesn't affect the product. This is affecting the product.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway,
I
digress. I'm picking the Chargers.
I'm lone wolfing the Chiefs.
Like I said,
this will be a very low scoring game.
It'll be low scoring,
winning 19-16.
It'll be low scoring. It'll be close. So flip a coin. This is not a game I'd bet on. I really wouldn't bet on any international game except there is one where the Vikings.
Jags in London
Maybe sometimes, but the
Vikings are in the UK twice in a row.
Yes, the Vikings. I think it's Dublin and then London.
Yeah,
when they're in London the second week,
50 miles away.
Yeah, when they're in London that second week, that's a hammer the Vikings because whoever they're going to play against is probably going to lose.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So it's the Giants too, isn't it?
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, we have it right in front of us. So they play the Steelers in Dublin and then the Browns in London.
Oh, the Browns. Oh yeah, exactly. Like
yeah, that's a rough one. Sorry, Browns.
Okay.
You're getting
sorry,
fucked.
Stefanski.
All right. Anyway, now on to the main Sunday event of 7 hours of not commercial-free football anymore. Don't know if you guys heard about that.
Yep, I saw.
How pathetic. How pathetic. ESPN buys NFL Red Zone and immediately ruins the product. Fuck you, ESPN.
It's also the year that I buy it, too. The year that I fucking buy it, too.
Yeah. How that is everything they touch, they ruin. Like, they think they're turning it to gold. They're turning it to shit. I'd flush it down the toilet if I had the chance. It's crazy. It's absolutely
Dude,
crazy.
ESPN is Midas in the dimension where gold is replaced with human fecal matter.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yes. That was what I was trying to say. Thank you.
You're welcome. I have a way with words, you know.
Yeah. Yes,
Yeah.
you do. You are a poet.
So romantic.
Is it still
What a
raining over
poet,
there?
yeah.
Oh, could you hear it that bad?
No, no. It was just referenced from
Oh,
earlier.
from the picture. I'm stupid. I'm so sorry. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna send you a picture that you can put in the fucking post. So in the video, you're gonna be looking at this picture on screen right now. Anthony's gonna upload it. There is baseball-sized hail in Kansas right now.
Oh,
We had a
nice.
severe thunderstorm warning with only like a 30-minute notice, and it resulted in baseball-sized hail.
That's
The
that's enormous. One
yeah.
would say humongous.
So my dad's backyard, it has an overhang, and then underneath the overhang, because the overhang is like a plastic cover, so it's supposed to be able to protect the two TVs that are underneath it, and then there's a case around the TVs. He got such little notice, and he wasn't near home, so the hail broke both TVs.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Damn, that's fucking brutal. Yeah. Stay safe. Hail is no joke. Do not fuck around with hail.
yeah. Which really sucks because he was about to replace him anyway, so it doesn't matter for him, but it sucks for me because I was gonna get those two TVs.
You know, that's another thing to tally on your month from hell. Another thing. It just keeps going and going and going. The next awful thing that's going to happen to you is that the Saints are going to win somehow this week. That's the next thing.
Yeah, yeah, the Saints are gonna beat the Cardinals, and what's gonna happen is Kyler's gonna have a horrible game. He's gonna throw like a bunch of picks, not to Danny Stutzman. He's gonna throw him to like some guy who's a 60 overall in Madden who I don't care about, so I don't even get satisfaction out of it, and it's just gonna look bad. He's gonna have like 5 fumbles, and we're gonna win, and it's just gonna be the sloppiest, ugliest game of football. And
And
I'm gonna
COD
hate
isn't
it
even out
because I'm
yet.
gonna. Huh?
And COD isn't even out yet.
I know, right? I got a whole year to suffer with the new COD coming out.
Yeah.
Man.
Anyway, I guess we can continue with that one since we were just talking about it. Now, I mentioned thumping with the Eagles and Cowboys. I think this is the thumping of the week, and this is also my survivor pick of the week. I'm picking the Cardinals over the Saints. It's going to be rough. I really think so.
It'll be bad, yeah. I am not looking forward to this game because no matter the outcome, it's going to be painful. Because I think I will say, I think what's going to happen is I think the Cardinals are going to put up like 38 points on the Saints and just call it good and ride like an early run game win to the end. But I need that to happen because that's the only outcome where at least Kyler Murray plays good. I have one thing that I can cling on to that I'm happy about with that game.
Yeah.
But I'm expecting it to be pretty rough. Actually, what I think is going to happen is I think Spencer Rattler is going to be living in hell for 60 minutes.
He's going to be living in
think
hail. That's my weather
Yeah,
forecast
hail.
for the Mercedes-Benz Superdome.
Yeah, Jonathan
Oh,
Gannon is going
it's
to
Caesar's
scheme
Palace
up
now,
some
actually.
hail.
Isn't it? Caesar's Palace?
Caesar's-
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, I got the Cardinals.
Yeah. No-brainer of the
Cardinals.
week, I think. That's why it's my survivor pick. Anyway, next up, Buccaneers against the Falcons. I've got the Bucks. I think this one will be a little bit closer. These two teams seem to play each other close, especially in recent years, and it's week 1, so anything could really happen. But I think the Bucks will have a really strong game plan going into it on both sides of the football. Like I said, the Falcons defense is really young, so you're banking on all these guys to perform well very quickly. And I just don't know if facing the Bucks in week 1 is the best way to do that. Get going. So
Yeah, we have a team that's proven that they're winners. They've been winning for a while now. It's been year after year. They return a lot of the same players. They have the same coaches outside of losing Liam Cohen. They're going to be fine. Baker will be good. Bucks win it.
Yeah, I got the Bucks. Exactly what you guys said.
all right. Then the Washington Commanders at home against the New York Giants. I think this one could be surprising for a lot of people, especially because I'm very high on the Giants defense this year. I think they could be a top 10 unit, but I really think that Washington, like I just said with Tampa, I think they're just going to have a really excellent game plan to open the game, and they're going to score first probably and not look back from there, even if it's going to end up
Yeah.
being somewhat close, maybe.
Um,
I go ahead, Broofy.
um, I'm picking the Commanders just because on paper they're so much better than the Giants. But if you go watch their games last year, it was super tight. Just individual game, it just happens to be like that.
Mhm.
And the Giants D line could make some problems for Daniels in the running game. I'm picking the Commanders, but it's the one game of the week that I'm like, if an underdog wins, this is a game that wouldn't surprise me.
You know what, guys? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go lone dog it over there with the New York Football Giants.
Okay.
I, like Anthony, am very high on this team, and I said it in Discord about a week ago, and it didn't really get that much attention. But
I don't hate it.
I made the claim that the Giants are an equal, if not better, roster than the Pittsburgh Steelers, and Cameron was raising hell with me about it, but I stand by it. I think the Giants have a much better defense than the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think the Giants have a better quarterback than the Pittsburgh Steelers. They have a better O line than the Pittsburgh Steelers. Their running back is not better. Their receivers are probably, actually, I'd say their receivers are pretty on par.
I'm taking the Giants receivers.
Yeah, I mean, like you look at them head to toe, and the Giants pretty much got the Steelers covered outside of, oh, well, the Steelers have TJ Watt. Well, one, TJ Watt didn't live up to standards last year, and two, it doesn't matter because the collective unit of the Giants front seven is fucking insane. You got Bobby Okereke, you got Brian Burns, Kayvon Bust Thibodeau, but we got Sexy Dexy.
Abdul.
They just drafted a guy this year as well. Fuck, what's his name? It was out of Toledo, right?
Abdul.
Fuck, they drafted a guy. Anyways,
Abdul Carter.
the Giants are going to be a damn good team, and it's time that people pay attention
Out
to
of
them.
Toledo?
Was it Toledo?
No, Abdul Carter's out of Penn State.
No, I'm not talking about Abdul Carter. They drafted another guy.
Oh, I'm not sure. I don't
pretty
remember
sure.
his name.
Darius Alexander out of Toledo. Ha, I was right, motherfucker.
that's
They
right.
got Darius.
Yeah,
Okay.
pass rush specialist.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, see, this is going to be a damn good front seven. And you said Abdul Carter. I couldn't even remember Abdul Carter. There were so many other talented guys I had to get to before Abdul fucking Carter, the third overall pick. Like, pay attention. That's all I'm going to say.
Yep.
Pay attention to the New York Football Giants.
They're a sleeper pick
Yep.
for sure, and I could see it. Next up, this is an afternoon game, but it's in the same column, so we'll just go with it. The 49ers at the Seahawks to open the season. Of course, I'm gonna take my homer pick with the 49ers. I think it's very doable for the Seahawks, but I do have questions with their offensive line still. I have questions with Sam Darnold. I don't think he's legit. I think it might get exposed fairly early. I'm excited for the 49ers for a lot of reasons, but this rejuvenated defense that's a lot younger now, and with under the leadership of Robert Saleh, when we haven't really we've had an identity crisis for the last couple years. I think this could be a very surprising team, and surprising early, where a lot of people think that it might take a while to get going because they're young and they're dealing with injuries. They might surprise people, and I'm hoping that happens in week 1. Brock Purdy also plays excellent.
I got the Niners.
He plays really well in Seattle. Like, that's one of
He
his
does.
favorite spots.
Yeah,
Brock
I got
Purdy
the-
hasn't lost to Seattle yet,
He
has
hasn't
he?
lost. He hasn't lost to Seattle yet.
No, we lost one. We lost in San Francisco last year, but otherwise he's undefeated, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, well, he's sticking with one loss because give me the Niners. I think the Niners are going to go in there and they're going to run the damn ball. They're going to run that ball
Yeah.
good.
I got the Niners.
All right.
I do agree with Brian Robinson. I think Brian Robinson and CMC could be the best running back duo in the NFL.
Yeah, I'm just hoping that
Could
they
be.
actually balance them. I don't want CMC to be worn down again. If you have such a talented running back too, use him, you know?
I know, but Brian Robinson is the perfect emulation of David Montgomery to a Jameer Gibbs, and CMC
Yeah.
could play a Jameer Gibbs.
Oh yeah.
role.
No, I'm
That's
totally
what the
with
Niners
you.
should do.
I'm totally with you. What I'm saying is
The Niners need to steal Ben Johnson's homework. They need to copy it, but make it change a little bit so the teacher doesn't catch on, bro. That's what they need to do.
yeah. Absolutely.
I'm just worried about injuries, like you said, Anthony. A really close game, one of the closest games for me. I'd really thought about it, but I'm still going with the Niners.
Yeah. And then Sunday afternoon again, the Lions at the Packers. I initially, and even as recent as last week, I still had the Packers winning this game, even after the Micah Parsons trade. But I have a feeling today, this week, right now, and in large part it's because of what we talked about before. I don't even know if we were shooting yet, but the conversation that we had about this game made me switch to the Lions. I think that they might, despite the coordinator loss and despite all that, they might be better prepared for this than the Packers are, and so I'm going to take the Lions. It'll be close, but I'll take the Lions.
The Lions do also kind of own the Packers as of late. They're 5-2 in their last 7 against the Packers. So I am going to go ahead and ride the coattails of recency bias, and I'm going to be picking the Detroit Lions as well.
The Lions are my Super Bowl pick this year, and it's the kind of game where and I think it's the kind of game where Dan Campbell just punches LaFleur in the mouth, says it's still my division, because I just prefer how the Lions play, both sides of the ball. I just have way more trust in Goff than I do in Love. Just more sound team on both sides of the ball, I think.
What a crazy thing to say, but it's true. You know what I mean?
It is true.
5 years ago, you would not have guessed. Like, oh my God, Aaron Rodgers' disciple, Jordan Love, versus Jared Goff on the Lions, and Goff is better. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, and I say that so confidently. I think Goff is the better quarterback.
Wait,
yeah,
I like how you said exactly 5 years ago, Anthony, because if you were telling me that 5 years ago, I would have totally believed you as someone who was riding Jordan Love's meat in 2020.
Yep. That's exactly.
Yep, it was. Yep.
I would have been the only one. I would have been like, you're goddamn right. That makes total sense.
Well, the opposite, because I said the opposite, but yeah, you're totally 100%.
Oh, right.
Well,
my bad.
Monday Night Football.
Actually, I would have been you're right. I would have been the exact opposite, because you would have been saying Jared Goff is better than him
exactly.
too, and I would have expected.
Yeah, you would have been like, no, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, be like, Jared Goff still starting in 5 years? Fuck no, he's not.
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly what I would have said too.
For the Lions at that, he wasn't with the Lions yet. That's the other thing to keep in mind.
Yeah, because the Lions were bad too.
Exactly.
Oh God.
Crazy how time flies.
For the viewers at home, what just happened is Anthony made a joke, and it was so simple, yet my dumbass had to go through the process of explaining every part of the joke to actually get the joke.
Yeah.
But hopefully, if there are any dumbasses out there in the audience, stand it out too. I don't mean to insult anybody, but if you're into that, subscribe.
Hey, if anything, you're just a like-minded individual to me. So
yeah. So I guess we could just do the Monday night game. I was gonna go in chronological order, but we're kind of already screwed that anyway.
Cringe picking the Bears over the Vikings.
I am, and
I
think
am as well.
I think this can go either way, like most Week 1 games can, right? But I feel like what's going to happen early on is that the Bears are going to perform very well early, and I have them in the playoffs. Don't get it twisted. But they're going to get found out at some point, and then they're going to start to sputter and maybe limp into the playoffs after such a strong start. But people are going to be talking about, like, oh my God, Ben Johnson has changed. He's changed the game. And Caleb Williams MVP, like all this crazy stuff is going to be said about the Bears because they're going to start really hot. And that's my prediction. So I've got the Bears in this one, probably by like 3 or 4 points.
Another hot take. I think J.J. McCarthy is going to be in the top 5 for MVP voting this year.
You see, I was just about to say, that's some bullshit, Jacob. Like, that's some bullshit, bro. Like, for the Falcons to say, oh, Michael Penix is basically a rookie. No way he's going to be good with the Falcons. And then here I am hearing J.J. McCarthy's going to be top 5 in MVP. No. Just no.
Oh, he fucking got you, man.
To be fair, one has Zach Robinson and the other has Kevin O'Connell. One has Kevin O'Connell.
And I will also defend Jacob because he is predicting these things to occur. He's not saying that J.J. McCarthy's an MVP yet. Whereas the thing that we were pointing out was that people are already saying Penix is great.
I don't fucking buy it. Fucking buy it.
That's
Give
fair.
me the Bears.
Thank you, Anthony. I was going to say, I don't think I was being too unreasonable because I was not saying that Penix is bad. I was just saying he's not confirmed to be good.
Right. Oh, yes.
Nor is McCarthy.
People already prescribing Penix to be good is what you were criticizing.
Exactly.
All right, well.
But, yeah, no. Big McCarthy guy. Couldn't tell. So give me the Vikings to beat the Bears on Monday Night Football.
Yep. Okay. AFC versus NFC matchups, only two of them this week. But the first one is the Carolina Panthers at the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm taking the Panthers here. Like I said, I'm really high on them this year.
So am I.
The defense will probably be pretty rough for most of it, so the offense will have to be clicking. But I think the defense is a little bit underrated. They played pretty okay down the stretch last season, despite not having Derek Brown around, and he's back this year, and JC Horn is finally like consistently healthy. So, they're going to be commanding the front and back ends of this defense. And look, against the matchup being the Jacksonville Jaguars, which has a really pretty awful pass defense, I think that could be something that the Panthers can exploit. As long as they balance their mixture of offensive attack, I think McMillan's bound to have a really like another storyline after week one. Like, oh my God, Tedrow McMillan, top 10 receiver already, something like that, because he's probably gonna eat in this game.
The NFL loves doing that shit, don't they? It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the Panthers as well.
I am picking the Jaguars. It's not that I don't think the Panthers are going to win this game. I think this is a very close game.
Yes.
I mean, it is exactly that. I think the Panthers are not going to win this game, but I'm going to be picking the Jaguars because I think their offense is going to be able to just barely edge out the Panthers. The Panthers are going to be a little bit like, okay, we have a new regime. Like they're still going to be adjusting a little bit. I think the Jaguars are kind of going to hit the ground running a little bit more of a like, hey, I'm Liam Cohen. This is the standard that I'm going to set for the Jaguars. I think the Jaguars are going to have an extremely good offensive performance. They're going to have a good game plan going into it. I could see them having a really good script written up and having like really successful first two drives and already having up like 2 touchdowns on the first 2 drives. We could be talking about, hot start Jaguars, and they could just kind of ride off of a start or like a fast start to the game. But I have my main takeaways going into this game for those people at home. This is the game you want to watch this week. You got Tetro McMillan making his debut in the NFL against Tyson Campbell on the other side. You're going to get to see a nice high quality wide receiver cornerback matchup on that side. And then on the other side of the ball, you get to see Brian Thomas Jr. He's going to be going up against J.C. Horn and sometimes Travis Hunter. You'll also have Travis Hunter, sorry. Travis Hunter is going to also be going up against Tetro McMillan.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But anyways, you're getting a lot of good wide receiver cornerback matchups here.
It's a really fun game.
So this is a game where you should really be paying attention to the passing attack. It's going to be fireworks.
You forgot to mention the most important. Cat against cat. You forgot to mention that.
True.
Yeah,
forgot to mention that.
2 teams that are young and potentially very exciting, and 2 teams that I'm high on this season. So, yeah, I agree with pretty much everything you said. I just think it's kind of like the other way around, and the Panthers will win by a field goal as opposed to the Jaguars winning. I can see both though.
Yep,
smart.
All right. Texans at the Rams. Like I said, opening up the whole NFL segment of this episode here, I think the Rams are destined to be disappointing this season, partially because of health issues pertaining to Stafford, but I also think that they're just a little bit overhyped right now, and I kind of like the direction of the other 3 teams in the NFC West. But the main reason that I'm picking the Texans rather in this game is because I think that the Texans defense is really going to take advantage of Stafford potentially having a slow start in this one. That secondary is filthy. It is absolutely disgusting. I'm not sure how much separation guys like Nakua and Adams, who are separators, are going to be able to manage against this Texans defense. I think this could get ugly. I'm not predicting it to get ugly though, but I do have the Texans winning.
Me as well. Same reason.
You and Riz both have the Texans. Like you guys both sound like it's going to be a defensive forward game. I think this is going to be a high scoring game, honestly.
Maybe.
I think both teams are going to be putting up points. I could see either team winning this game, but I got the Texans winning as well, 30-27.
It might be. I really think that, especially how we saw them perform late last year and then in the playoff game against the Chargers, like this secondary is gross, dude. They're every single spot, including some of the bench players, are just ballers. Like they're all excellent players. They've hit so well on pretty much every draft pick and every free agent signing for that position. And yeah, I mean, we'll see. All right. Pittsburgh Steelers at the New York Jets. It's a revenge game in a lot of different ways. Aaron Rodgers, former Jet. Things did not go well over there. Justin Fields, former Steeler. Things did not go well over there. He was winning games, and
So
then
you're
he got
picking the Jets?
removed. Another gut feeling one. Week 1 is always mostly a toss-up for every game. We've talked about a few of them that we think are not going to be particularly close, but I have a feeling with this one. I have a feeling that the Jets rushing attack, that including Justin Fields here, is just going to be a little too much to handle for the Pittsburgh Steelers. They don't have to be great through the air. They're probably never going to be great through the air at all this season. But as long as they can command the clock through the run game, and as long as they can exploit Aaron Rodgers, because I really don't think he's going to be very good this year, and maybe that's something that we can debate, throughout the season as it goes along. But yeah, I've just got a feeling. I think it's going to be low scoring because there's going to be a lot of running the football, but the Jets take advantage of that fact.
I hope you're right. This is the first time you guys are ever going to see me hoping on rival wins a game. I hate the fucking Jets. I hate the fucking Patriots. I hate the fucking Bills. But this is the one time I wouldn't be sad if the Jets won a game. Because I don't like the Steelers. I don't like A-Rod. And yeah, I think it would be a nice revenge game. For Fields, I've always been not so high on Fields, but I've always liked Fields. It would be a nice win for the Jets, I think. But I do have the Steelers winning. Particularly just because I think they're going to be more ready week 1. That's it. But I do hope
I
the
got
Jets
the
win.
Steelers winning too, and I'm betting on them. So I really think the Steelers are gonna win.
Oh.
But I think the Steelers are gonna win because I think that we have a lot of data to suggest this is a win for the Steelers. Mike Tomlin is a
Week
winning
1.
coach. He finds ways to beat really bad teams. The Jets are one of those really bad teams. They have a not good O-line. I think the Steelers' defense can force Justin Fields into making a ton of mistakes, especially because they have a pretty solid D-line. And I think they can take advantage of really strong field position and ride Caleb Johnson to like a really short or a really like low-scoring like 17-7 victory.
Okay. I can't say that's unreasonable.
But for the record, okay, I hope nobody's getting me wrong here, okay? Fuck the Jets. I just want to make it very clear.
Okay. Fuck both of those teams. If you were going to choose a game not to watch, it's that game.
Probably.
The only reason that you watch that game is to scout Caleb Johnson.
Every other game is fun to me, including the Cardinals and Saints. This game looks super boring, just imagining it.
Oh, the Cardinals and Saints game might be the most entertaining game on the week.
Then no.
Don't
go that far.
You never know.
Week 1 last year, the most entertaining game of the week was Titans-Bears. Anything can happen.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. It's the NFL. Let me not get ahead of myself here.
And let's really not get ahead of ourselves here because I want to hear tame Vitor Barufi explain why the Dolphins are going to win against the Colts.
I'll be completely honest with you. If this was AR starting, I would be a little bit more scared just because of his mobility. I'm not scared at all with Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones does not scare me, dog. I said this on Twitter. If this is not 1-0, I'll be very upset. Like, this has to be a win. With the pass rush I expect him to have this year, if you lose to Daniel Jones, I'm upset. It's plain and simple. I'm expecting a lot of running the ball from the Dolphins. I think Mike McDaniel is going to try to install that identity. And if it doesn't work, your entire team is healthy, dog. Figure it the fuck out. But especially on defense, I think they have to pressure Daniel Jones here, and I think that's where the win comes from.
See,
go ahead.
This is a game where I like everything about this game. I just think Dolphins win. Like every single thing about it. I'm like, the Colts don't have a path to victory. Their coaches suck. But then I'm also just like thinking, how can the Dolphins fuck this up?
Maybe Tua gets hurt on the first drive of the game, and boom, there you go.
You know what I thought you were going to say?
See, but you have Quinn Ewers.
I thought you were going to
have?
say
Yeah,
that like
Quinn Ewers.
there's no path to victory for the Colts, but I'm still picking the Colts.
I'm still picking the Colts. Darius Leonard comes back and he's actually good at football again.
Yeah.
No.
It's funny
That was
though.
a big Darius Leonard guy, man.
It's funny though because
Insane career fall off.
I had a very similar take to you, Barufi, on this game, and it's weird. It's weird to explain because I think that the Colts have a higher ceiling with Daniel Jones as the starter all year. I think they're a better football team because I
Then
think
what,
Anthony
yeah.
Richardson's terrible. But for
Okay.
this game, this particular
Game in
matchup,
particular.
and based
Yeah.
on who Anthony Richardson usually is week 1 over the last 2 seasons, I feel like they would have a much better chance and maybe should be the favorite to win if Anthony Richardson was starting this game.
It's because you know exactly who DJ is. Anthony Richardson maybe starts to figure it out now, and I don't know.
It's not even just that.
You know, big play capacity.
Richardson can
Keep in
be...
mind the Colts are the favorites in this game.
They are?
Yeah, they are. Which is why a lot of betting people on Twitter are saying bet on the Dolphins because they really good odds.
That's surprising.
I don't know how the Colts are favored, to be very honest.
I would
I'm not
say
even
they're
being
both
biased.
minus odds, but the Colts are minus 1.5.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's what I would say to it. It's not even really about Richardson being a wild card, for me at least. It's just that for some reason, I just feel like, and it's just week 1 Anthony Richardson. Over the last 2 seasons, we saw this. He just makes a couple of just absolutely ridiculous bonkers plays and wins the football game. But then he sucks the rest of the year.
Always. It's always either to Alec Pierce or the UNC receiver. He's UNC, right? Josh Downs?
I thought he was Penn State. You could have
No,
just...
he's UNC.
Okay. You could have just
He's
said
UNC.
you could have just said Josh Downs instead of the UNC guy.
Because no, because I thought I didn't think of Josh. I couldn't think of his name, and so I said the UNC guy, and then I thought longer, and I was able to remember his name. But yes, he is a UNC guy. Don't doubt my college knowledge, man. Don't doubt.
Oh, that's fair. You knew the college before you knew the name. So,
Yeah.
but yeah. All right. So, Dolphins in a sweep there. Bengals at Browns. Vitor, let's hear your take. You were talking about it before.
Yeah, so before the pod, I said I had some things to say about this game. I think it's insane that every single person in the world is picking the Bengals to win this game. Because
The Browns
I feel
are
like,
the worst team in the NFL, dude.
listen, I understand that, but there's nothing about this Bengals offense that I don't think the Browns couldn't have a chance of matching up against. I hate that offensive line. And I actually think the Browns have a decent D-line. It feels like a Myles Garrett game to me. And listen.
Yeah, but Burrow's always had a bad O-line. It's not like that's a new thing.
Okay,
You got to the Super Bowl with a bad O-line. You think you can't beat the Browns?
That was 4 years ago, man. Like, we have to stop with this, bro. We have to stop
That
with
was
this,
4
man.
years ago, man. It's not like Joe Burrow has kept up an MVP level for the last 4 years as well. Every
Listen,
single time
I don't
he's been
care.
healthy.
There's
Well, he's been
nothing
injured for
about
2 of
this
them.
team. There's nothing about this team that has improved over last year. Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. And suddenly everyone is picking them to go to the Super Bowl.
The defense should be a little bit
Like-
better.
Man, a little bit better, marginally. I don't trust
Do you
it. And
see how far my
playing-
neck is zoomed in right now?
that defense played like ass in the preseason. The
like the
whole starting
fucking-
defense played like absolute ass.
You're like the fucking fish. The fish from SpongeBob.
It seems like
He's drinking.
it seems like everyone. It seems like everyone is giving them the Bengals their last chance at winning a Week 1 game here. I'm already beyond it. I'm not falling for it again. I'm picking the Browns. I'm not giving the Bengals the last chance. They have had the last chance with me. I'm tired of this team.
I think everything you said makes a lot of sense. I'm not predicting a drubbing with this one at all. What I think is going to probably happen is the Bengals are going to get the ball first, and within 3 plays, they're going to score on a Joe Burrow to Jamar Chase 55-yard bomb or something. And that's pretty much the only exciting thing that's going to happen the entire game. I think the rest of it
could
is
very well
super
be.
low scoring, super grimy and gritty. And yeah, the Browns do definitely have a shot of winning this game. I really think so. But I have to pick the better team here. I just have to. It's really tough to... I already feel like I'm picking a couple of the worst teams in these matchups this week for Week 1. And I don't want to take any more, I guess, is part of the thing. So I'm going to take the Bengals in this one because I think they're clearly
I hear you, but I haven't, and this is mine. This is my underdog pick.
I
this
just
week.
don't
Totally fair.
understand how you can say the Bengals didn't improve when they got a new starter on the O-line with Dylan Fairchild. They got Shamar Stewart, which we were both really high on.
Shamar Stewart doesn't even want to be there, dog.
they'll be marginally better. I don't think they're going to be Super Bowl caliber better. They were...
I don't think so either.
What happens if Miles Murphy takes a step this year?
then he takes a
I
step
mean,
this year. I don't think they're winning
if
the
he
Super
takes
Bowl.
a step this year, that's awesome. It's about fucking time, you know? Like, I mean, come on. Like, some of my favorite defensive prospects have not panned out at all. I would like for one of them to hit.
Yeah, Isaiah Simmons. I'm looking at you, man. Fucking bum.
I mean, let's not act like, because before we had the Aiden Hutchinsons, the
Just
Chase
kidding.
Youngs, the Nick Bosas, it wasn't like you drafted an edge rusher and all of a sudden he's scoring 12 sacks in a season. Before then, we kind of looked at edge as a developmental position that needed a couple of years,
Yeah, but
i.e., Jermaine
he has
Johnson.
shown almost nothing is my hang up. Almost nothing. And half the time I'm pretty sure he's been injured. I don't even think he's been available the whole time.
I
Anyway.
don't have that information.
The next game is the Raiders at the Patriots.
I've been thinking about this game a lot because it's one of the hardest games for me to pick. I really think it could go either way. And there's a lot of factors because we don't know how the new look of Vrabel's going to be with the Patriots. I mean, I don't know how much it's actually going to change, but it's still a new head coach. Drake May second year. I'm really high on Drake May. I've always been. But on the other side of the ball, it's Geno Smith and Janty. I like Myers. I like that O-line. I think the defense is going to be okay, but I'm also really high on the Patriots defense. I still don't know who I'm picking this game. I started 2 weeks ago. I had the Patriots. Then I picked the Raiders. Now I'm back and forth. I'm probably sticking with the Raiders, but just because of the Geno Smith factor. But it's really close. I really don't know. It's gonna be a lot of running the ball from Vrabel and Carroll here. But this is a football game. If you like a football game, physical running defense is the game.
Yeah.
I could see Ramondre Stevenson getting more carries than people are expecting this week. He comes
Sure.
out listed number 1 on the depth chart. You have Travion Henderson listed 3 behind Antonio Gibson. So I feel like, and Mike Vrabel's not the kind of guy to do that as kind of like a ploy. I feel like Mike Vrabel is fully intending on going into this week expecting Ramondre Stevenson to be the bell cow of the week, or at least to be leading the team in snaps.
Sure. Are you picking
But
the...
I am
that-
going Patriots.
You going Patriots?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm leaning Patriots as well. I think it's going to be a fun football game too. It's a fun matchup, I think, just for the same reasons you gave. But I also think, though, whichever team comes out on top, it's going to act as kind of like a statement win. Not because they're beating the best competition, but it's going to be like, oh, this team might be good this year. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
Right.
and they, whatever team, it's two like legacy head coaches that have had success in the past. Pete Carroll with the Super Bowl, right? And they're finding
Right.
another team after a year or a few years of a break, and yeah, this could be a statement to the NFL. All right.
The Broncos are my survivor pick of the week.
Wow, I get it, but let's hear more.
They have an insanely good defensive matchup against a, let's be honest, young offensive team in the Titans. Their defense is also not very stout quite yet. The Titans are in the midst of a rebuild. Let's not act like it's any different. They are still in number 1 pick contention, even though they got Cam Ward. And I don't think the Cam Ward is going to be bad. I just think that this is a very much welcome to the show type of game, where I think he could struggle quite a bit against a very, very solid defense. And Sean Payton just has to scheme up a basic game plan on offense. I don't think they'll have to use anything overly exotic to take care of business here. As long as they just stick to the fundamentals, run the ball well, and get first downs, I think they win this game.
I see one of two things happening, and neither of them involve the Titans winning. Either the Broncos look super sloppy and it's an ugly win for them, but they tough it out, or they beat the brakes off of a really bad roster. One of the two is going to happen.
I'm kind
I
of
got
hoping the former rather than the latter, because I really don't want people to be singing the praises of Bo Nix like he's going to be the next MVP. Not a
Yeah.
big Bo Nix guy.
Yeah, I have some problems with the Broncos. I'm not sure how far this team can actually go. I don't love the offensive tools, but it is a much more well-rounded roster than the Titans. I'll be surprised if the Titans win, but I think it would be a very fun win if somehow Kim Moore just has an insane debut and wins his first NFL game away in Denver. It'd be really fun, but I do have Denver winning.
If the Titans end up winning this game, it will be because Cam Ward just showed
It'll
up
be a Ken
week
Ward
one.
game. I think so.
Because the Titans' run game is going to be a little bit more one-dimensional because Tyjae Spears starts the year on the IR. I don't believe in their offensive line yet. I still think it's bad when you have to overpay Dan Moore by almost $12 million extra per year. You are in dire straits on the offensive line. I'm sorry. Dan Moore's just not worth that kind of money that they gave him. And the defense is terrible. I don't know why we're making up like that this defense is awesome. Their run defense is going to be pretty solid, probably, but they have zero pass rush. They have zero pass rush, and guys like L'Jarius
we say
Sneed,
that, but even then, last year they had the worst run defense in football by a wide margin.
Did they really?
Wasn't it?
No, I'm pretty sure.
It was definitely the Panthers.
I thought they had the worst pass rush by a wide margin. I thought, I thought the Panthers had the worst.
It was definitely their pass rush and the worst pass defense was definitely the Jaguars.
Yes, I think that's accurate. But anyway, let me finish. While you looked it up, I'll finish.
Point being,
you're right. The Panthers were by far and away. I had my teams mixed up. The Titans were 25th though, so they were also really bad.
Point being, it's a bad defense. Point being, it's a bad defense all around.
And all the money that they threw out 2 off seasons ago, like L'Jarius Sneed, like he has not looked good since he left the Chiefs. Like one trick pony, maybe, I don't know.
Which we all knew that he wouldn't.
Yeah, it's kind of a scheme corner, I think.
It must be because he wasn't good last year, and that's a lot of money on the books. Tough one.
I do like him. Maybe he flips the page.
He could, but just speaking on last year, he wasn't very good.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
All right. Last.
Are we all picking the Ravens?
Last but certainly not least,
so.
And it's not because the Bills can't win the game. It's just because
I think just
the Ravens.
Just
the Ravens, it feels like they own the matchup in the regular season against the Bills. And I just really like what I see from them, especially early in the year. The Bills as well, even though they're my Super Bowl pick, because I have a belief in Josh Allen that much because of how much he carried the team last year and was arguably fucked out of getting to the Super Bowl in the first place. That we had a big debate on it on the show about the referee and stuff like that. So you could argue he could have been in the Super Bowl, and maybe the Bills win that game, but the concern that I had last year and the concern that I will have this year, despite my Super Bowl prediction, is that Josh Allen is literally the only reason this team is as good as they are. Like, if you put a replacement level quarterback on this team, they are a 6-win team at best, probably. I don't believe in this roster very much. It's not very good. Like, they have good starters throughout it, but they don't have any depth in any position. And we saw that last year with the secondary. The second a guy goes down, it is shambles. That secondary is in shambles. And I think pretty much every spot on the roster is exactly that way.
Yeah, and I don't think they did enough to improve on that. And I think run defense is still going to be a concern, which is exactly why I'm picking the Ravens this game.
To put it into perspective, if you were to take Michael Penix and put him on the Ravens, it would be a very similar team to what the Falcons have going on. But if you were to take Michael Penix and put him on the Bills, it would be the equivalent of like the Titans. A little bit better.
The roster's a lot better. I think that would be more like a Giants scenario. Not comparing the defenses.
I don't know. I think the Giants have a way better roster than the Bills, honestly.
I don't know.
Outside of quarterback.
They have excellent defensive depth, and some of their skill positions are good. I'm not as high on the depth of those skill positions.
I disagree on the O-line.
I also disagree on the O-line. Yeah.
I don't. I think the Giants have a pretty good O-line.
All right,
they have a pretty good O-line. I think Bills have a phenomenal O-line.
That's fair.
Anyway. I will nominate. I'm not saying Tua's the quarterback that Josh Allen is, but the scheme that Miami plays, if Tua's not playing, it's the bottom feeder.
Yes,
in the NFL.
yes, 100%.
It's inconsistent.
The only issue is that even when Tua plays, it's usually a 9-win team.
Right.
Fair enough.
So Barufi, who's your survivor pick? You didn't mention him.
I am not in any survivor leagues. I have to join survivor
ours.
leagues.
Join ours. We have one. There's a link in the general chat. But
let me go get it.
You don't have to.
But which team are you gonna pick?
Yeah, which team would you pick?
which team I'm probably gonna pick? I'm probably going to pick.
The Cardinals and Broncos are off the board.
It'd be so funny if you picked the Bengals after saying, people need to realize the Browns can win this game.
No, I'm picking the Browns to win that game. I'm obviously not gonna give them a survivor pick. I'm probably.
But you actually picked the Browns? I didn't realize that. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
did.
I know. I actually picked the Browns.
I understand.
I'm probably gonna do it with the Dolphins, not just because it's my team. I actually think the matchup favors the Dolphins.
That's actually fair. That's one of the top 5 teams I would pick in a Survivor League.
Probably, yeah.
I was between either that or the Eagles and the Cowboys, but still, it's a division win, week 1. It's kind of sus to me.
Prime time.
So yeah, prime time. Yeah,
so,
exactly.
One more, if I can remember it, because I'm going to stall real quick to try and remember what the question was. One more question. Never mind. Carry on.
I think we're done, honestly.
The Survivor League.
I'll send it again to you. DM it.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, it's in the Discord. But yeah, that was week 1 pick'ems. Oh yeah, that's what it was. Okay, so real quick, I want to keep track of this year, but which picks did we have a coast to coast guarantee on?
We guaranteed the
Eagles. We guaranteed Cardinals.
The Bucks.
Tampa.
The 49ers.
Yeah. Washington.
No.
Jacob picked the Giants.
No, yeah,
Texans.
that's right.
49ers.
Texans. That's
49ers.
5. I already have the Niners.
Niners.
The Broncos.
Did we all pick the Lions?
Broncos. Yes, we all picked the Lions. Yeah.
All picked the Lions.
And the Ravens.
Broncos.
And
the
Ravens.
You said Miami, right?
I think that's 8. Miami 9. I think it's 9.
Okay.
Okay, Anthony, read them off.
No, okay. It's the Dolphins. The Miami Dolphins are guaranteed to beat the Colts. The Denver Broncos are guaranteed to beat the Titans. The Ravens are guaranteed to beat the Bills. The Texans are guaranteed to beat the Rams. The Eagles are guaranteed to beat the Cowboys. The Cardinals are guaranteed to beat the Saints. The Bucks are guaranteed to beat the Falcons. The Niners are guaranteed to beat the Seahawks. And the Lions are guaranteed to beat the Packers.
All right, guys, let me put together a $1 parlay real quick that has all of those in it, and we're gonna see how much money we're guaranteeing our viewers today.
Yeah, this is a great bit. I love this. Great idea.
I'm waiting on the link when you're ready.
Alrighty, so we said Eagles, we said Cardinals, we said
Tampa,
Dolphins,
no,
Patriots.
Broncos?
Oh no, not Patriots.
Not Patriots.
Broncos, Niners, Lions, Texans, Ravens, and that's it, right?
That's
9.
it.
There we go. $9 or 9 picks.
There you go. Yeah.
Hey, if you put $1 on our guarantees, you will win $110.
Wow.
Now that's pretty decent, huh?
9 pick parlay. We only got you only got 2 underdogs in there. Well, 3 underdogs if you count the Dolphins, but they're still minus odds. The only 2 underdogs we bet on are the Lions and Texans.
Nice.
Lovely.
But there's your coastal guarantee.
Yes. And that is the inaugural, the astute episode.
32% of people picked the Browns. That's way more than I thought.
Yeah. But yeah, so this will be happening every week, just like our normal coast to coast show. But this is Coast Knows Ball. We're going to be talking sports on this one. This is exclusively for sports. Probably a couple of funny stories in there, just like this one. But yeah, if you're into that kind of thing and you want to stick around, please consider doing so by liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, the whole 9. And check out our other show as well, because we have a lot of fun doing that. And that's got a lot of exciting stuff. It's a wild card every week. We have no idea what we're going to be doing. So check that out as well. But thank you guys so much, and we'll see you next time.
Goated.